More than 69 to 77% of people learning English make this one mistake. Don't let yourself be another casualty. You're going to learn how keeping your breath minty fresh is going to help you remember this one special rule in English.
You're listening to Living in English 365 by Paradigm English.
Welcome to episode 97. 79% of people learning English get this wrong in English. Are you one of them?
Paradigm English.
Today's lesson is really for anybody. If you're advanced, don't think that you're off the hook. I'm going to help you with your capitalization, and we're going to use an acronym called MINTS. M-I-N-T-S. So in case you are new here, my name is Ashley Roan. I am the owner of Paradigm English, and I am the host of this podcast, the Living in English 365 podcast, where I help anyone learning English really reach a comfortable level in their speaking and their listening, in their fluency, and of course, vocabulary and fluency. If you haven't already done so, check the description box below to get your free gift just for listening. I also want to make sure that I tell everyone that you can also click the link below. This is on my website. I've made a short video for you. It's a PowerPoint actually. So go ahead, work on it there. All right. So this is episode 97 of the Living in English 365 podcast. Again, don't forget to click the link below to see this video on YouTube or my website. Just a couple of things that we're going to do today, our roadmap. You're not going to have any bell work, of course, but you can still do it just to practice your English. We have our objective. We're going to work on MINTS, practice a bit, review a little bit, and then you're going to have some exit activity. To warm up, we have a picture of a very famous landmark in the United States. I also want to answer this question. My father's name is... What is your father's name? Going back to what I said a second ago, a very famous landmark or a very famous place, maybe the most famous thing when you think about the United States. What is it? Well, that's what this question is asking you. What is this picture? What is this? And number 3, we have a little question about this flag here. It's the flag of my country. Write the name of this country. Write the name of it. So you just have 3 tiny things to do there. That's very basic. Let's go over these answers. So if you haven't already written these down, you might want to pause here, but I'm going to continue. For example, my father's name is Joe. What is this picture? This is the Statue of Liberty. Number 3, write the name of this country. What is that country? This country is the United States of America, or USA. Question: why do all of these start with red? If you have color impairment, I apologize. The first letter of each of these sentences is red. Why? Why? If you need more time to think about it, go ahead and pause now. Your goal today, your objective. Okay, students will produce simple sentences with capital letters. That's our goal. Make a simple sentence. We're going back to basics, y'all. What are these? We see these little green circular things here. We even have some red ones. And then, of course, this really big rectangular one here that says Tic Tac and winter green. That's not the best flavor, but that's okay. What are those? If you don't know, these are mints. Yes, these are mints. Different types of mints. This one on the left, this green one that's circular with the lines, this is usually spearmint. It says spearmint. The ones that are on the right, these are red and white. These are peppermints. And the one in the middle, these are Tic Tacs. These are mints. Mints, mints, mints. Yes. They keep your breath fresh and, they're kind of sweet. So if you need some sugar, they're also good for that. Let's go over mints. Mint is an acronym. So an acronym is just a group of letters together that make like another word to help you remember it. So in our case, we have 5 letters here. M is for months. I is for the letter I. N is for names. T is for titles. And S is for start of sentences. So the examples that they have here, we want to know the month. Now, of course, there are a lot more capitalization rules, but these are the very basic ones that people often get wrong, that they are capitalizing the wrong things. So when we're talking about months, we're talking about January to December. These are months. We also capitalize days of the week. Days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These are also capitalized. Yes, some months and even, like one day of the week, Wednesday, those are people's names. That could be their last name as well. So these are proper nouns. Yes, proper nouns. We capitalize I. When I stands alone, we capitalize it. This is a pronoun, of course, but you need to capitalize it. It needs to always be capitalized. It also must be capitalized if it's the beginning of a sentence, because as S says for start of sentences, the first letter is always capitalized in every sentence. First letter. When we talk about titles, we're talking about titles of books, titles of articles, a title of something. It could be even a person. And of course, as I said before, names, proper nouns of specific people. The start of the sentence is what we're going to really kind of focus on right now because we don't have a lot of time. So what is capitalization? That's what we're working on. Capitalization. Capitalization. Go ahead, say it with me. Capitalization. Capitalization is when you change a small letter in a sentence to a bigger one. So you change it from a lowercase letter to a capital letter. As you can see on this PowerPoint slide here, the C is in red at the very beginning of my sentence because it is capitalized. Yes. And you can also see the title of this slide is capitalized as well. There are some other rules with is and a, but we're not going to get into that right now. We capitalize the first letter of words in a sentence, as we said. That's what capitalization is. Here's an example. Marge walks to the lake. Marge Simpson, I like The Simpsons. So if you like The Simpsons, then you will appreciate this picture here of Marge Simpson. Marge walks to the lake. Which of those words in that sentence should be capitalized? And is the sentence even correct? What about the next one? Homer sleeps too much. Which letter should be capitalized, and is this sentence correct? And speaking about capitalization here, Bart is cool. Which word should be capitalized in the sentence, and is my sentence correct? And last one here, I think this is the last one. Lisa wants a dog. What should be capitalized there? Okay, we have one more here. Ned Flanders is from Oklahoma. I actually think that's true. In the TV series, he's from like Tulsa or something. Ned Flanders is from Oklahoma. You need to write these sentences down if you're not watching the video. Actually, write them down anyways, and then capitalize the words that should be capitalized in these sentences. Correct the sentences in general. Some of them do not actually need to be capitalized. Which ones? Right, here's some more examples for capitalization. If you need a bit of extra time, you can of course pause here and write down what you need to write down, but I'm going to move on and you can edit those later. You can write your corrected sentences below to help other people, or if you have a question, I'll try my very best to answer those questions. Here are some other capitalization rules to be mindful of. So of course we said the start of a sentence, it needs to be a capital letter. So the beginning of the lesson, I said my father's name is Joe. This sentence says, my name is Bob. My name is Bob. We have the capital letter for my, and we also have a proper noun there, Bob. On number 2, going back to a proper noun, we're talking about, people, places, things here. All right. These are proper nouns, well, nouns in general, but We have a sentence here. It says, Mr. Krauser is from New York City. Mr. Krauser is from New York City. These are they are capitalized, but these are proper nouns. Mr. is a title. It's a man. So Mr. Krauser is his last name. So the title and the proper noun Krauser, because it's a person, is capitalized. Is and from, these are not nouns. Is a verb, from is a preposition. New York City is a place. NYC. So that has to be capitalized. Yes, always. I know you say, well, I've seen some native speakers and other people, they don't capitalize them. Well, they're wrong. Don't follow them. Follow what I'm telling you because they are wrong. Do you want to practice below? In the comments section, you can just make a sentence similar to this. Put your name and where you are from. Make sure you capitalize. Number 3, titles of people, books, articles, and songs, etc. J.K. Rowling wrote the Harry Potter books. J.K. Rowling is the author, so that's the person. Harry Potter, that is the name of the series. Harry Potter books is part of that phrase, Harry Potter books, but books is, yes, it's a noun, but it is not capitalized. Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. That sentence is not true. He's the former president of the United States, but Donald Trump is a name. President of the USA. Well, there's his title. And of course the country because it's a proper noun, USA. On number 4, you see there are days of the weeks, as I said, months, and here's another one. Holidays, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Ramadan, Lunar New Year. These are all things that should be capitalized. In our sentence here, our example sentence, Halloween is on Thursday. You see, the holiday or festival is capitalized. Halloween is also at the very beginning of the sentence, so it is still capitalized. And Thursday is part of our capitalization rules here. And our last one, number 5, countries and languages. Yes, countries and languages. I think sometimes students forget to capitalize these because sometimes in their native language, it's not like that, right? Tell me below, in your native language or any of the languages that you speak or know very well, do you capitalize countries and languages? That's interesting to me. Here's our sentence. Canadians speak French and English. Yes, that's true. Canadians do speak French and English. I believe it's their two of their national languages. With Canadians, it's at the very beginning of the sentence, so it is capitalized. Canadians, those are people, proper nouns there. And it's capitalized. Speak is a verb. French and English are both languages. And of course, they are nationalities, just as Canadian is. So those are also capitalized there as well. Now write the sentences. I have 4 sentences here. You do need to write them correctly. They're very simple sentences, but you can write your own sentences if you are more advanced. Make a short paragraph there. And if you are more advanced, not only do you need to write them correctly, but you also need to make sure that they are linked properly. Practice cohesion and coherence. So you cannot just write any sentence. They must all be somehow related. So practice that. Here are the sentences that you need to write. Number 1, you and I are students. Our teacher is Mrs. Garcia. Number 2, class starts today. Number 2, class starts Monday. Number 3, we do not have class on Saturday. Number 4, I live in New York. All right, write those sentences. If you need more time, go ahead and press pause. This, by the way, you can click the link below. You can go to my website and download the entire practice sheet for this. These are just a couple of little practice exercises for you, especially for you beginners. Number 1 is already completed for us. Pat saw a big rat. What you're supposed to do is capitalize the first letter of each of these sentences. So we have 2 bubbles here. One has a capital letter, one has a lowercase letter. You need to make sure that you use the rules that we have already done together. And you can check back in the slides in this podcast episode to actually see what they are. If you forgot and didn't write them down, but you will need to complete this. So let's do a couple of these together. Meg is the name of a woman. So we know that the beginning of the letter should be capitalized. So which of these is actually the correct answer? The first one or the second? Well, it's the name of a person, so it has to be capitalized, and it's at the beginning of the sentence. So we have to choose the first one because that's the uppercase letter there. Meg has a new hat. Number 3. It should say, where is your bag? Where's your bag? Is this at the beginning of the sentence? If it is, then we must use an uppercase capital letter. So we need to choose the second one here. Where is your bag? Number 4, who are you? Well, who is not a noun. What should we use? I'll let you complete that one by yourself. And go to my website, paradigmenglish.com, to download this worksheet. Yes, it's free. You can just download it. You can also download this section of the worksheets. Again, it's more for beginners, those of you who are just learning. We have our first example. You must use your capitalization rules. The first one, actually this entire sheet, you have to decide, is the sentence correct or is it incorrect? Meaning it is not correct. Is the sentence good or bad? We have number 1, the car is big. Well, the first letter is capitalized, so that is good. Car is a noun, but it's not a proper noun. This is a verb, and big is describing the car. Is our sentence correct or not correct? It is correct. Next, and of course, go to my website to download this so you can practice as well and have the entire worksheet to practice. Next, we have one that says, today is Tuesday. Is our sentence correct or incorrect? Well, it just so happens that it is not correct. Why? Why is the sentence not correct? Yes, exactly. Because of this T. Is the T lowercase or uppercase? Uppercase? Oh, it's not uppercase. It's lowercase, and it should be uppercase, not lowercase. So this is the correction for that. Tuesday must be capitalized. Why? Yes, because it's a proper noun and because it is a day of the week. Wonderful. Let's do some practice sentences. Your directions, write the sentences, and then correct the errors. As you can see, we have 4 sentences here, and for each sentence, I have put the number of problems in the sentence. So the first sentence has 2 errors, 2 problems. The second one has 2 errors as well. The third one has 3 errors, and number 4 has 3 errors. Of course, they become more difficult, so make sure that you are capitalizing the right thing and that you are actually applying your capitalization rules using mints to help. I'll read the first sentence for you. For those of you who are just listening and not watching it on YouTube or my website. I live in California. Number 2. BTS is Korean. BTS is Korean. Number 3. Valentine's Day is in February. Number 4. The Olympic athletes are in China. The Olympic athletes are in China. So again, number 1 has 2 errors. Number 2 has 2 errors. Number 3, you need to do 3 corrections. And number 4 also has 3 corrections. If you need to pause, go ahead and do so. This one is more difficult, but you are still going to write the sentences because remember, our goal is to write simple sentences and to capitalize them. Again, 79% of students are actually making these types of errors in English, so you need to practice to make sure that you are not part of that statistic. Write the sentences and then capitalize the sentences. We have 3 sentences in this paragraph here. First of all, let's look at the picture. The picture is of a man. Okay, his name is Gordon Ramsay, if you don't know, and he is a very famous chef. He is from Scotland. Yes, I'm pretty sure he's from Scotland. And he's from the UK. All right, let's write the first sentence. And you need to write the sentence and then capitalize them. So I did not tell you, actually, if there are any errors in the sentence, you have to decide and apply those rules yourself. Number 1, Gordon Ramsay is a Scottish chef. Gordon Ramsay is a Scottish chef. Number 2, he has many restaurants in the world. He has many restaurants. He has many restaurants in the world. Number 3, the most famous in America is Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. The most famous in America is Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. The most famous in America is Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, write those sentences and capitalize where they need to be capitalized. Let's quickly review. What's this? We used mints, these special types of mints, to help us with our capitalization, focusing on these 5: months, the letter I, names, proper nouns, titles, and the start of sentences. We also spoke about nationalities and languages and countries, including days of the weeks and holidays as well. We did some practice exercises to help you. And of course, if you didn't download those, you can click the link below. The worksheets are free. Just download it and it will be given to you. We were really focusing on the start of sentences because a lot of people are just not remembering to do this, and you must. What is capitalization? Capitalization is when you change a lowercase letter to a capital uppercase letter, as we did in these sentences. We capitalize the first letter of words in a sentence. Now, before you leave, yes, that is E.T. from the movie E.T., your exit ticket. Say this. Do you capitalize the first letter of a sentence? Yes or no? You can write your answer below. I know I said say, but say it and then write it, all right? All right, this has been just a free lesson for really beginners, going back to basics for all of you who are not beginner students, but, beginners need some love too. I'm Ashley Roan from Paradigm English. Don't forget to check out Fluency Academy if you are more advanced, intermediate to advanced students. That will be coming back shortly, but I am moving to California. I'm moving to California, yes, San Francisco. So this podcast will actually probably be on pause for a little bit while I move. I'll see y'all next time. Bye for now. Hey, thanks for listening to the Living in English 365 podcast. Be sure to check the description below for all resources and links, and don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share this with your friends.
Paradigm English.